Welcome to Tampere. It's the nightcap game here in the Deck Arena, Finland. And Great Britain will finish off game day 2 action here in Group B. Well, there's the story of the day so far. Germany and Lithuania having convincing wins over Sweden and Montenegro. Finland trying to join them with a 2-0 record. Great Britain trying to get their first win after the opening night loss against Lithuania. Here's the current group table. And Germany and Lithuania sit proudly with the 2-0 record. Great Britain looking for their first win to jump into a qualification space. Mark Clark joined by Shona Thorburn. Playing the host team is always a big game. This arena is packed, not a spare seat to be had. This crowd is going to give Great Britain a really, let's just say, difficult time.
A very difficult time. They're absolutely going to be the sixth man for this Finnish team, as they are loud, they are proud, and like you said, they have packed this beautiful arena. Good news is it's the same colors as the GB flag, so maybe they don't know the difference. I don't know. But GB, tall order, always going up against the home team. That being said, they had a day off. They had time to prepare. That's always a positive. Questionable, though, how are they going to score? Because they only scored 70 points in their first game. 93 points for Finland. So they need to figure out how to stop a player like Markkanen, and they also need to figure out how to do it on the offensive end as well. And I question how GB are going to score some points tonight.
Well, that's always the challenge. That was their challenge in preparation, where they really did struggle to get consistent offense. Finland on game day 1 just came up with a phenomenal fourth quarter, and that man there, Sasu Salin, rolled back the years, not in terms of his offense. He had 11 points in that second half, but what defensive work did he do to literally close down Sweden's offense? Yeah,
I mean, close down Sweden's offense, and let's talk about Hawkinson. He had 28 points in that game. The fourth quarter, he did not see the light of day with the captain, the leader of this Finnish team, Sasu Salin's defense. Absolutely exceptional job as they pulled off a much-needed 3-point win. Now they're trying to go 2-0, more or less probably secure themselves a trip to Riga if they can win tonight, and I know that's on their mind. They've looked at the schedule. They know what's at stake as well. If they can get a win tonight, it'll change the trajectory of this tournament for them.
Well, we can talk about it more after the national anthems of both teams, starting with the national anthem of Great Britain.
We invite you to stand for the national anthem of Great Britain. Seuraavana Suomen kansallislaulu. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Finland.
Wow. hairs back of neck time. What a tremendous rendition of the Finnish national anthem. The crowd are just feeling the emotion. Get a chance now to look at the third team on the floor. The three officials will take charge of this final game on game day 2. Boris Kocic, Martin Horizov, and Zdenko Tomasovic will take charge of the game between Finland and Great Britain. Joni, you started to talk about the issue that they will have scoring the basketball, and it is the problem. They've lost a couple of guys that would normally be major factors for them offensively. But when we get a look at the starting lineup, it's where do those points come from?
Exactly, where do those points come from? And, you know, we know players can score. They're missing their best player. He's not suited up. We heard a rumor he might be in the lineup tonight. He's not. Is that because the injury isn't ready, he's not ready to suit up? Or are they looking to the future? They have a game again tomorrow that could be just as important as this one. You don't want to leave it too far out, though, as, well, Yeboah, best player by far for Great Britain yesterday. 17 points, on game day 1, 17 points, 4 rebounds. They needed absolutely every single one of his points. But who is gonna step up? I thought Tariq Phillip did a great job in the second half. He waited too long to try and start to contribute. I think Miles Hessen is someone who could score points from them, and they're gonna need it tonight.
Well, and they're going to need to be a little bit, well, let's just say they're going to manage the minutes, because Hessen in particular looked really tired come the fourth quarter. Going to look at the Finnish starting lineup, which is the same lineup that started on game day 1. And 4 of these guys just were so efficient offensively. Max Hooney went 100% on the game, the Gravelines point guard. Markkanen obviously led their scorers with 28 points, but 28 points is a manageable number because he's been averaging in excess of 40 in the prep games. Here he is, last game for Sweden, 28 points, 6 rebounds, went 12 from 14 from the line, and the fact he went there 14 times tells you how big a threat he was.
He really was. He was, I don't want to say a bull in a china shop, but you could not stop him. When he got going downhill towards the basket, and you saw Sweden try to take offensive fouls, and they just could not get there quick enough, and that's why he earned himself so many trips to the free throw line. And we talked about it on game day 1. He had the best performances out of every single player in the preparation games heading into this tournament.
Well, Great Britain head coach Mark Studel coaches Newcastle in the British Professional League, and was an assistant coach in the previous EuroBasket, so he has the experience, but not quite the experience of Lassi Toivonen, the head coach for Finland. Currently, he's coaching in the Japanese league, but he has been in part of this national team, and he has been there the whole time of the growth and the success of the Finnish national team. The TSO countdown to tip-off. We are 1 minute away from the third game, the final game of today here on game day 2. And I will say it again because we are just so impressed with this facility. We are so impressed with this crowd. They're going to literally raise the roof. Will Finland go 2-0, or will Great Britain go to 1-1 and take a big step towards going to Riga? Nothing would be settled either way, although as you quite rightly said, it's a massive step forward if Finland go 2-0. Almost splits the group in 2.
It really does. They will make game day 3 very, very interesting if they can pull off a win tonight. And we talked before the game, do you let Markkanen have his points and try and shut down other players? Like you said, Max Hooney was absolutely on fire. Player of the game for me. Yeah. You expect Markkanen to have those kind of outputs. He was 100% perfect from the field, started big, finished big, came up big when they needed it. So, you know, what do? Choose your poison and say, okay, we're going to accept Markkanen scoring, but we need to then shut down everyone else.
Well, you'd expect Great Britain to talk about what poison they were going to try and accept, but the one thing they won't have to put up with tonight is that swarming, suffocating defense from Lithuania. Now, obviously gave them a huge issue on game day 1. That's not to underestimate the sort of defense that Finland are going to put on the floor, but it will not be Lithuanian. So Great Britain should be able to control the basketball a little better. Well, wherever you're joining us from, welcome to Tampere. Finland in the white, Great Britain in the blue, and Markkanen has it early. And Great Britain switching screens.
Wow. Notice that. Anyone who's guarding Markkanen, they're switching, and, well,
The tough turnaround, he's no good, but an offensive rebound and didn't hit the ring, so fortunately, GB, for them, miss a bullet and dodge that one. The biggest problem they had the other night was looking after the glass. First shot up, and they give up an offensive board.
23 offensive rebounds for Lithuania against Great Britain. You just can't have it. And you and I talked, yeah, they gave up height, they gave up a little bit of strength. I don't think they gave up athleticism, though. And to give up 23 rebounds, they just didn't finish the play. They didn't put in the effort that Lithuania did, crashing the offensive rebounds. So that had to be a point of emphasis yesterday in practice for Great Britain.
You're absolutely right. Just down to how hard they're going to fight and get after it on the glass. Great Britain, full court pressure. And Tariq Phillip, who spent most of the game when he was on the floor, handling the ball. Yubara comes off a stagger, gives it back. They may want to get Tariq Phillip going early. Turns down the screen, gets a block. Yubara in the corner for three. Count it! Man, you should be on that Great Britain bench, you know?
Yeah. I thought Juntunen almost fouled on that possession. It was a good no call, and then a good Phillip continued to play, which is what you want to see instead of just trying to draw the foul.
Markkanen gets it deep in the corner. Guarded by Phillip, has the opportunity to try and back him in, goes inside for the easy two. He needs more help than that, and he needs a little quicker.
Yeah, that double team needs to find him earlier before he can even get into that spin move.
Hessen. Quarterback going to the hoop, kicks it out. Phillip turns down the screen, now turns the corner. Weedle moves it on. Yeboah looks inside. Turns down, but now Aitken has it. It's got to go to work. Goes up with a jump hook, doesn't get the drop. But Hessen, what a great offensive board. Just moved Markkanen with his body.
Well, you
wow.
leave him open, and he is going to score, folks. It took him till the second half on game day one. His first look of the game, zero hesitation from the captain.
Well, it's not as if there's any surprise with Sashu Salim. 14 years with this national team. Stellar career in the ACB.
Over 150 caps. He got to that level during their preparations.
The word legend is sometimes overused, but in this case, absolutely not. Tariq Phillip, for Great Britain out top. Hard show, but Phillip keeps it. Looks to shake and handle off the glass for two. Blew an easy one. Whistle on the call. They call. It's the thing we talked about before. It's the timing of the call that frustrates players sometimes, but if they get it right in the end, it's the right way around.
Max Schooney checking out of the game because he has 2 fouls in 2 minutes.
And we've talked a lot about the depth of rosters in this EuroBasket, and Finland didn't look incredibly deep last night. On the first night, they really did rely heavily on a 6-7 player rotation. Other people got in the game, but big minutes were just spread between 6 or 7 players.
I mean, they had to. It was a close game the entire game, and you go with your go-to players in that situation.
Yeah.
They knew it was kind of a must-win. If they could get a win over their Nordic rivals, Sweden, on game day one, they put themselves in a little bit better place, and I think they went all out for that win.
Tariq Phillip makes the first. Two for two, very close to a violation. The official was getting a little itchy with a whistle in front of us.
10 seconds to get the free throw off.
Maro Little gets it into the half court. Salim gets his feet set off the dribble. Oh! Sashu Salim goes back-to-back threes. Britain trying to slow the tempo. Weedle turns the corner, goes strong, throws it down the lane and flushes it. Marking it down the lane. Well, that's going to be called a blocking foul, I assume. Yeboah tried to step in to take the charge. It looked like
I'm
it
not
was
sure it was Yeboah's foul, right? Yeah. Where I think Yeboah might have got the offensive call. He looked like he had his feet set, and then this jam by Weedle.
Aggressive start by Great Britain.
Very aggressive start. Look more comfortable on the offensive end than they did against Lithuania, but don't forget, Lithuania picked them up full court for 40 minutes.
And it was almost that problem there is every spot on the floor, Lithuania had size and length advantage across the whole roster. But Great Britain were really up against it from a defensive perspective. Finland not quite the same physical team as Lithuania. Is Markkanen, who is 82% free throw shooter across his career. Philip relatively comfortable coming down the floor, just has to take care of it. Weevil has it. Hard show. Ball's knocked to a foul on the play, and that's the third team foul on Finland.
And fouls, you know, somewhere kind of away from the basket. You don't need to foul in that type of situation. You push them out. You have time to recover to your check defensively.
And Tunen steps out. Hessen recovers it, puts up the three, makes it. Confidence that both teams confidently offensive-wise at the beginning of this one. Salin looks inside, doesn't go to Markkanen. Markkanen will set the ball screen and he'll pop wide open from the three-point line. Count it.
Britain, to me, look a lot more comfortable in this game offensively than they did in game day one.
Tariq Phillip gets blocked, went inside, and Markkanen just said, this is not the place to come. Oh, little. Markkanen again on the pick and pop, puts up the three, doesn't make it this time. This time, Akin fights and gets the rebound. Great Britain a chance in transition, Hessen has it. Ball is kicked away as Akin try to get deep. Hessen just has to wait, let him get position. Just let him get deeper.
Even then, had you had passed it to him, good chance he might have traveled, to be honest. Wait for your big man to get down a little bit lower. Don't put them in a bad situation as we see Markkanen's first three-pointer of the night, and I'm sure it will not be his last.
Luke Nelson checks in for Great Britain, replaces Carl Wheatle. Poor decision on the sideline. Markkanen fights through it. They're going to call a blocking foul. Nelson just missed a wide open Dan Akin. No idea why. Hessen has to foul here. There's only going to be one answer.
No, I mean, it was a good foul. And, you know, that's such a scary pass as well. Like, not where you want to take a risk, because it's either a basket or a foul, and this time it comes up with a foul. They did have foul to give, so only the second team foul, but no.
They're going to review this for an unsportsmanlike foul, non-basketball action, I think.
Okay.
Bit of a tough one, but we haven't seen it yet. But let's listen to the officials.
So we are here to review if the contact met the criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. We have the last defender. Okay, go back.
It's not the last defender, is it? Let's have a listen though.
One more time, slowly. So what is your point of contact?
Go. Go. Now this push.
Go back. So this push with the left arm.
Yeah.
Go again. Okay, go back.
See this camera?
Okay, go with the main camera so we can see with the last defender. Stop in the moment of now. So for me, this is not last defender.
No, he's in front.
So
This is the same thing.
he doesn't have the clear path, so we stay with the initial decision, okay? So after the review, it's concluded, see the initial decision stays normal foul, sideboard.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if they found a reason to upgrade that.
It was just a sloppy situation where he was trying to recover the basketball.
Yeah.
Miles Heston's going to rotate out, though, and Great Britain become very small as Adamu steps in. It's the point we talked about, showing it in terms of Great Britain can go small because there's no real big inside presence for Finland. Oh, there's a big inside presence. Luke Nelson down the lane for two. Easily gets to the basket. Myra Little just looked like
He went for the steal at half court and didn't come up with it, and that's kind of the risk that you take.
Inside out, Salini's quick release. 3 for 3. Surely someone has to make him put it on the floor. Chase him off that free point. A great execution away from the basketball. Phillip. Markham's too long. He has it. He leads the break. Great pass. Super pass. Great Britain will take the quick timeout. They do not want to let any momentum build for Finland.
Yeah, 7-point swing right here out of that review. That quick inbounds play to a Markkanen dunk. And then you said it, Sasu Saline need to get up, need to defend him, make him put the ball on the floor. Let's listen into the timeout, though.
90 seconds on us there. Not organised either side. 90 seconds on us. We have to find a way. Side out of bounds, we're together. Down here, we're together. That's it. Hey, there'll be a couple now. That's it. We know everything with 9. We really got to fight, switch, get his horse off the line. That's it. No more. We know who's going to be runs. Relax. We're good to go. Okay? Hey, I like us getting into the paint. Right here in 4 down for AK, Ammon, you got to be the 3. Okay, simple. So Tariq's here, you set it this way, right? Dan pops, and then we're into the action, no problem. Okay, hit, back screen, action, that's good.
I mean, there was no screen, there was nothing. I'm not sure what Aiken was looking at.
Well, and especially as you're guarding Mark.
Yeah, know who you're guarding, right? You can't give him a clean.
It's a straightforward front cut.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like that timeout by Mark Studel. He says, you know what, we need to be more together. You got to be ready to defend. A little bit sloppy, and you make a mistake or you become sloppy, teams are good enough that they're gonna make you pay for when you make a mistake at this level.
Well, Markkanen will take one of those short breaks he gets right now. They've got the 6-point cushion.
Well, he had 10 points at the end of the first half on game day 1. He already has 9 tonight.
Yep. Jantunen checks back him for him. Tariq Phillip will get it to Aitken in the half court. Nelson has it. Yeboah in the mid-range, looks to go to work, backs it in, has it knocked away. Brent a little slow. Starts to go in baseline, needs somewhere to find a pass. Great read, Yeboah comes up with a steal. And then they blew it late. They're just going to call that normal. That was a reach for the basketball.
Yeah, there's a couple defenders back at the same time, so I think it was a play on the basketball. Slow down the break. He holds him a little bit at the end, but I don't think it's worth using your coach's challenge to try and upgrade it.
Changes from the Great Britain bench as Jabril Bella, who started game day 1, checks in for Dan Aitken. Carl Weedle comes back for Tariq Phillip. Weedle in the block with a little size advantage here. Got to feel the help, finds the open man in the corner for 3. Little will bring it. Saline comes off the screen, but they switch. Little gets his feet set for three, knocks it down. And at the moment, Finland are in a hell of a rhythm offensively.
Yeah, they are. They are feeling it. 5 of 6 from three-point range to start this game from three.
Nelson gets to the foul line and kicks. Weedle attacks the seam and kicks. Extra pass, wide open. Nelson 4-3, drops it.
I like that offense.
Yeah.
I like the sharing is carrying. They're moving the basketball. Everyone touched it. You had a penetration and then an extra pass. You're going to come up with an open shot if you play like that.
Gustafsson penetrated, nowhere to go, has to come out. Little gets it, goes with a lob. Pass was overthrown, but the official sees the foul as Kamui just recovered a poor pass, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't really know where the foul happened. I thought everyone was going for the ball.
Well, Luke Nelson for Great Britain, who struggled offensively on game day one, has 5 points early. That's a good sign for them. And Tunen has it, looks to move it on. And they reverse it, come off the down screen. Little looks a little for separation, has the mismatch. Penetration to the kick, the ball fake. Did enough to lose the rhythm on the shot, but another offensive rebound. Oh, throw that one down on the baseline as Gustafsson gets the highlight. Yeboah in the block, settles for the mid-range two, drains it.
He's starting where he started off last game, and that's exactly what you need for Great Britain.
Gustafsson down the lane again, has the kick. Antuna thinks about it, ball fakes to the jumper. Great Britain dodged the bullet. Yeboah with a defensive rebound. Nelson wide open for three. He's going back to back, a little snatchy at it, but
Thought he had a little bit more time, probably could have taken half a second more, set himself up a little bit better, but a nice start by Nelson. Again, slow game, game day one. Who was going to score for them? They needed more than Yeboah. People are proving that they can score better.
Deep three by Little, and Bolton almost gets the offensive rebound. Great Britain have got to start putting bodies on people here. Weedle down the lane, kicks it off. They're going to call that a charge. Have to be fair, it did look like the defense was there for a while, but it's we'll get a replay of it.
Yeah. I think he should have maybe passed it earlier.
Yeah, getting deeper didn't help him.
No. And then Gustafsson with the big-time attack baseline. Help side, not there.
So Aitken returns for Yeboah. That means that Aitken and Bella are on the floor together. They didn't play together at all game day one. So this is as big as Great Britain can go at the moment without Gabe Olaseni. Markman has it. Son has it outside, looks underneath, too easy. You can't let him stand there and pass it. You've got to make him put it on the floor.
You have to have more ball pressure because help side can't even help on that kind of a situation.
Weitzel. Nelson comes off the ball screen. Great pass. Great finish.
Great execution. Aitken, zero hesitation going up against the taller Markkanen.
Alton Markkanen with the three is short. That will go out of bounds. Just over a minute remains in quarter one. Mika Murinen checks in. What about the last 5 minutes of game day one for him? 18 years old, still at prep school in the United States.
Hasn't made a decision on where he's going to go to university yet. He's definitely going to be one of the top recruits. Has one more year of high school. His stock keeps on rising.
And that has real meaning with current rules.
Yeah.
Carl Weidel will advance the basketball. Patrick Whelan has joined the game. Both teams rotating the bench. Nelson lifts. Turns down the screen because Markkinen was coming. Has to take the tough one. Saline boxes out and rebounds. Sapala will reverse it. Saline lines it up. Forty would have put it up. Steps back for the three. Everybody's on the floor. No call. Big catch by Aiken off the glass. Doesn't catch anything. And he will foul mid-court. Both teams in the penalty. And Finland will go to the line. And why is the
not
question.
A smart foul, yes.
Ask that question.
Throwing my hands up in the air. Why foul? You have people back. You have to know at this level, at every level. I think this is something, you know, basketball IQ. You have to know the foul count when you're on the floor. Putting one of the best free throw shooters, over 80% in his career from the free throw line.
Oh, well, offline, the reason we haven't shot the throws is that Coach Mark Stuhl and Mr. Horizov are having a conversation about the call. 37 seconds remain in this first quarter, and Finland have a 27-21 lead. If you'd have offered Great Britain 21 points, they'd have probably taken it. But Finland have been hot from deep. Markkinen, you've done it to him this time.
A rare miss.
A rare miss, it's true. 12 from 14 in game day one from the free throw line.
We said 80%. I think he'll still finish this game at 80%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, more than 80%. 80% and above.
Nelson will advance the basketball. And the thing you've got to like about Great Britain against this pressure is that they're not rushing. Nelson pulls the trigger quickly, and it goes long. What am I saying? Wasn't really an in-rhythm shot.
Yeah.
Just,
you know, I don't know. I know he's made a couple shots today. I don't know if he was trying to go for a 2-for-1 maybe. Possibly. That would be I hope that is his thinking.
Tariq Phillip checks back in. 7-point game. Tashu Salim, who's actually played a lot of minutes in this first quarter. Sapala will advance the basketball. Tariq Phillip has checked back in. Renan on the baseline on the throwdown. Got to put it up. Carl Weidel stops, pops the three, doesn't get it to go. And we have reached the end of quarter one. And Finland have put on an offensive clinic. They lead this one 30-21. And someone in Great Britain needs to play off-ball defense here because they're getting beat on movement and they're getting beat on pretty much straightforward cuts.
Yeah, you said it. Movement. I don't know if they're just worried about their player a little bit too much as we see these statistics. 86%, 45 from three-point range. Great Britain, I think 21 points, it's a decent outing on the offensive end, but what, we're going to allow 30 points a quarter? It's going to be a very, very high-scoring game for Finland. And I do not think offensively Great Britain can hang with them if you allow that many points.
Well, as you see the Yeboah three that opened his account early, they do have ways to score. Weidel was aggressive, and Great Britain were aggressive very early in the game. And it's not so much the great plays, the Sashu Salim threes. It's when you let Markkinen get the unopposed layup coming out of the timeout, when you let Murinen go on baseline and getting a dunk. And Gustafsson also dunked it on the baseline where people just lost him off ball.
Yeah, just a little bit too much staring at your player or the ball and not need to be, especially in the off-ball defense. You know, here, it's good on-ball defense. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to help as much. You need to start to go back and make contact with your defender so you don't allow a backdoor cut, and a dunk as easily as that.
Well, there is the Courtside 1891 app. The live streams news from the world of FIBA International Basketball. It's all there. The app, the QR code will come up on a number of occasions throughout the game. Download that from your normal source and enjoy all there is to enjoy out of international basketball. Kwasi Yeboah checks back in for Great Britain.
It's a pretty tall lineup Finland has out on the floor right now. Positions 3, 4, 5.
Yep, very long, very, very long. Nelson restored to the lineup, got the quarter break and the end of the quarter. Yeboah on the outside, puts it on the floor, steps back, elevates for the 2, count it. Now, when he's in rhythm, he has done himself no harm at all so far. Great Britain come up with a steal. Nelson moves it on. Whelan wide open for 3. Count it. 5-0 start.
Yeah, nice little start there. As
Tuobi doesn't like that. He's going to say this.
Yeah, I was going to say quick timeout. First 30 seconds of this quarter, and he says, nope, I want to talk about it. I don't like what I see.
Well, both coaches have pulled the trigger quickly when teams got runs. Let's take a listen.
All the time, you know, tehdään hyvää työtä siinä pull-upien kanssa ja dikatkaa vähän. Hirveet ne ei lainaa, kun ne lähtee pelaamaan.
Joo, ei meillä ole step-backia hävitä myöskään.
Ei, mutta muistatte vaan, että herritte koko ajan, jos ne lähtee ajaa, niin pientä dikkausta, että saadaan stiileen.
Ei anneta 1 5-0 ranin pilata meidän viikolla.
Hei, siellä on prässin murto, ja sen jälkeen mennään se 2. Sasulle.
Ei kun mä teen ekan, mä menen
Well, here's the replay after the Yeboah step back. Nothing but the bottom of the net on that. Just creates enough separation and elevates. Genuine, you got to say, is that he looks a good quality small forward at this level. And then Patrick Whelan hasn't been in the game long, lined it up, had time, and just buried the 3. 5-0 start brings it right back to a 4-point game. We always say it's going to be a game of runs. Is Sashu Salin going to go 3 from 4 across the whole game?
He could.
He
He's done it before.
He absolutely can, yeah. Sapala getting extended minutes. Aiken does a nice job at showing help early that time. Sapala has it. Great Britain continue to switch. Great work on the glass. This is super rebound. Madsen does what Madsen does, just all that blue collar work. It's just that was a clumsy foul.
Yeah, Whelan says, I kind of ran into me.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. Yeah, I mean, it's what you teach your players, right? Guards, sweep the ball low.
Yep. Sashu Salin is fine. Salim will inbound. Sapala is the release. Markinen will pick, and there he'll try and post. Has Nelson on his back. Got to rely on the help. Tough move to the baseline. Not a lot Nelson can do. Yeboah beats the pressure. Goes hard. Now he needs a pass. Finds Williams. Back-to-back 3s. Is long this time. And Sapala has a chance to run. Great pass. Ball goes out of bounds. Quick hands by Tariq Phillip. Knocks it away. Finland will hand it on the baseline. Jan Tunen will check back in. And Alexander Madsen will sit. And you've got to be happy with Madsen's contribution in the minutes he gets. He's got to go in there and work hard on the glass. Exactly what he did. Quick release on the out of bounds.
How do you defend that? You can't. Well, I mean, GB, they don't have anyone taller to put on him. But then I think if you do, you're going to lose the speed.
Yep. Tariq Phillip moves it on. Nelson with the three to answer Murinen's three, and he does. Markkanen's three answered by a Nelson three. Great Britain hanging tough with Finland at the moment. Sashu Salin takes the ball screen. Little pick and pop action. Markkanen again to the ring. Doesn't get it. But Murinen, completely untouched, goes to the offensive glass. And Great Britain still will not put bodies on people on the glass.
When we talk about Markkanen's athletic ability, Murinen,
wow.
And he's only just going to become more athletic. He's still only 18 years of age.
Yeboah misses the mid-range two. Finland another chance in transition. Salin with the quick release is off the glass. The bank is open on a Friday night. And Sashu Salin has gone 4 for 5 from the three-point line. And after a great start by Great Britain, it's now an 11-point game, double-digit lead for Finland. Nelson puts it on the floor, gets to the foul line and just throws it out of bounds. Yeboah thought he was going all the way, so stopped. Josh Ward-Hibbert gets his first action for Great Britain. Great Britain show a little pressure, although it's softer and half court now. Altman moves it on. Markkanen is the release. Little. Salin, feet set, is long that side. Defensive rebound, Yeboah. Whistle on the play. Well, I'm almost happy with a foul because there was contact and people got position.
Yeah, you'd rather that than giving up an offensive rebound, especially with how much GB have struggled putting bodies on people.
Miles Hassan checks back in. He's had a reasonable amount of time on the bench, should help him later in the game. Markkanen is just going to try and seal around the ring right now. Aiken has to put a body on him, otherwise it'll just be the easy lob.
Aiken knew it was coming.
Just couldn't stop it.
Yeah. Everyone knew it was coming.
Phillip attacks it in the lane, is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Gotta love the intent, took it strong. If he was gonna, you would have to foul him to stop him. And Tariq Phillip looking a little bit more aggressive, should we say, than he was in the first half of game day one against Lithuania. Goes to the free throw line. Tariq Phillip makes first. Just over 70% across his career, and he's much traveled, spent time in Turkey and Israel, as well as with the London Lions in the UK. Back there next year. It's 2 for 2. Will look to initiate. Markkanen extends. Haven't created anything out of that set, but Markkanen has it. He doesn't need to be created for. Puts up the deep three. Count it.
I really, you know, what more can Daniel Aiken do defensively against Markkanen? He just gives up too much height.
Heston tries to answer and does, and the only thing that you've got to be really positive if you're Great Britain, the way they are ticking the scoreboard over. They'll do trail on 9, but much better offensive performance. Markkanen. leans back off the dribble, doesn't get it to go. Aiken chases down the rebound. And in answer to your question, I do think making him put it on the floor has got to be better. Phillip in the lane, has it knocked away. Will be a Great Britain basketball on the baseline. Markman's going to get some time on the bench as Finland look to rotate.
Don't forget Markkanen on game day 1, near the end of the game, he was stretching that calf and looked to be hobbling.
Yeah.
We could easily say, right?
Bellows going to check in for Aiken. No real size advantage at this point in time for Finland. Wheatle, one-on-one in the block. Kicks it, Hessen having made the last one. Goes long with the 3. And they have numbers here. Just about dodged the bullet by getting back. Hamhu for 3 is long. And Great Britain secured a rebound. Tariq Phillip will give it up. Hessen, they hit the second side and Ward Hibbert brings it back out. This is where you'd love Ward. Oh, nice high low, and Hessen gets the 2.
Great read there by Bello, flashing to the high-low, knowing that he was going to have Hessen on that reverse seal.
Gustafsson puts it on the floor, needs a pass, finds one. Little takes the ball screen. Internet almost fumbled it out of bounds. Hamill with 5 on the clock, has to look to put this up, goes on the floor, tries to go with the right hand off the glass for 2. Tough finish.
Yeah, it was a good defensive possession for Great Britain, but you have to finish that 24-second.
Hessen attacks the seam, off the glass for 2, can't get it to go. Bellows on the glass, tremendous effort by him. Hessen comes down with the offensive rebound, goes up with a jump hook, possibly could have kicked it. They're going to call that offensive on the glass, and if you box out and get position, good things will happen. Jabril Bello has lost his glasses at the moment. Telling the official might be a good idea, but he looks like he's all right.
And there's that high-low action by Great Britain. Hessen with a little bit of a mismatch on that last possession. Just a great read.
Wheatle will handle it. Bello out top. Needs a pass. The pass option was decent. The pass execution throws it out of bounds. Great Britain guilty of a little bit of looseness with the basketball.
Well, they're still just sticking around. 4 minutes left in the quarter. If they can put together a few more consecutive stops and get good looks at the basket. When they get good looks, they're shooting at a high percentage.
They are indeed. They are indeed. Murrow Littlewood advanced the basketball. Mua will move it on. Little. Alden with a tough lean back, doesn't get it to drop. Great Britain, as a team, do a good job on the glass that time. Wheatle has it, looks to attack it. Going strong, going up, gets everybody in the air, has to kick it off. Yeboah puts it on the floor, stops Wheatle, lines up the 3. After working that hard, maybe. No, Little didn't like the contact from Ward Hibbert.
I think a little exaggerated
Massively.
the amount of contact that actually occurred, though. But the referees didn't fall for it either, though.
Tariq Phillip will rotate out. You're right, Sean. Great Britain, if they really want to get there, they've got to have consecutive stops and execute down the other end. Amhur has it out top. We'll move it on. Little. Nelson almost comes up with a steal. Now he's got to get back in the play. Great pass. And there's got to be more ball pressure. That pass becomes a lot tougher if you're under pressure. Nelson. take the Bello screen, needs to move the ball. Riedel looks inside, Bello deep, fumbles it. Ball goes out of bounds, but Great Britain will retain possession, 8 on the clock.
Some missed opportunity there by Great Britain. Bello needs to be able to catch that and go straight up.
Yeah. And to an extent, Janssen bailed him out a little by knocking it out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, blew a 2-footer. And missed opportunities again for Great Britain. Everything is good except finish in place. Both ends of the floor, extra pass, wide open. 3 on the ball, reversal is no good. Rebound as Wheatle hauls it in, last 2:30 of the half.
Well, they've done the job defensively, but now can they score?
Larkin is fouled on the way to the ring and will go to the line. And Great Britain have owning themselves to blame.
Yeah.
Last 3 or 4 possessions, they've had opportunity, haven't executed, then they turn it over.
They've missed shots that they were making earlier, and they've had a few turnovers in this quarter, where defensively, I think they're doing the job. You know, it's been difficult for Finland to score the last couple minutes as well, but you need to be able to execute on both ends of the court.
Yep. But at this level, as we always talk about, it is not the great plays, it's the actual level of being at that level consistently. Markkinen on the free throw line. Normal service is restored.
Back up to 80% now.
Two from the line. Tariq Phillip. Great Britain being forced to run this half-court offense at the halfway line. Aiken saves it inside, outside for the 3. Phillip doesn't get it to drop. And probably for the first time in a long time, Great Britain really forced out of what Markkinen thinks about it. Looks inside, doesn't go there. Now it hits the block. Tariq Phillip does a nice job at using his body, then recovers the basketball. Fills the double team, draws the contact. Finland have only committed 2 team fouls, have fouls to give. If you're Great Britain, you want this to get to single digits. If you're Finland, you'd love to open this out to a 15, 16-point advantage at the half. 154, key 154 on the game. Great Britain have to hang tough now with Finland. Sashu Salin comes back in.
Nice first half he has had. Captain, 12 points, all of those coming from the 3-point line.
Nelson turns the corner, gets inside, kicks it, wide open, Adamu for the 3, fills it up. It seems time. End of periods is when he scores.
Has the 5 points at the end of the first half on opening day.
Markkinen will look to the second side. Tariq Phillip comes up with a steal. Nelson got to make the use of the steal and gets the 2.
That's a nice little run. As Coach Tuovi wants to talk about it, doesn't really like the way that his team has played the last few possessions, I'm sure offensively, but especially defensively.
Well, let's take a listen to the timeout because Great Britain have got it back to single digits. Now they've got to finish the half.
Meillä on 1 virhe käyttää, niin me annettiin pari ihan lapsusta. Taas me niin annettiin niitä kävellä korille. Mutta tärkeämpi on se, että älkää hyöttäkää, mutta syöttäkää ja syöttäkää ajoissa. Me päässään spotteihin. Nyt me vähän pakotetaan täällä sit hyökkäysalueella. Pallo liikkeelle ja kivan goota. Saat tonne, saat takas, laitaa sisään.
Joo, mä ajattelin, että oli se, mikä me juostiin se takaoviin.
Meni jo, ei mitään. Hei, mennään 5 sisään. 5 sisään tästä, Laurille.
Well, we get the replays. Great Britain winning the quarter by a point.
Yep.
keeping, at this point in time, keeping Finland under to 19 points.
I think if you can go in half down single digits, psychologically, it's just so much different than 9 and 10 psychologically is a big difference at halftime.
100% agree with you. So this, Boa has 7 points, 2 boards. Last 1 minute 26. Finland looking to re-establish. What about Yukazi? Bo almost comes up with a steal.
What do you do?
Well, if you're
Good screen.
If you're Amin Adamu, you do not protect the lane. You attack the ball. And if you have to switch it. Nelson down the lane tries to manufacture a tough one. Will go to the free throw line. And I think Aitken has just told Adamu, if I'm getting picked up like that, you've got to step
come up.
up.
You got to,
It's too easy for Martin to take open threes. Nelson on the free throw line, chance to get it back under that 10-point margin. Nelson's a 75% free throw shooter across his career. Goes 1 for 2. Nelson almost breaks it up. Little's going to check in for Sepala. Little moves it on. Deep catch. Oh, with a turnaround jumper off the glass is sweet. It's a drill, though.
Big time. That was a big time move.
Yeah, it's a drill for him, though. If you're not going to get your hand up, it's a drill. Nelson tries to answer with an early 3. Muridan gives it up. And will need to pass. Will find Mark. Why wouldn't you find Marketing? Aitken trying not to let him settle. Markkanen has it, puts it on the floor. Steps back for the 3 and 1.
Love the celebration. Markkanen, that time Aitken doesn't understand what he touched, what the referee called. We take a look here.
Yeah, when he hit his wrist.
It was a great contest.
Yeah.
Markkanen feeling it, though, already has 28 points. And we're not even at halftime yet.
Great Britain will take the timeout. Mark Studel wants to talk it over. 11 seconds remain. Got to say, Shona, before we listen to Coach Studel, there's just too many points in that Finland column. Super first half.
Okay, Brill. That's Brill. Okay, Brill, you got Dan right, okay? Hey, look, Tariq, you got the ball out. We got time here, okay? They're in the bonus. As soon as, Brill, make sure we're high here. Luke, use it this way, okay? We're trying to go to Luke as the first option as we can, okay?
Yeah, you said it as we get to see some of Markkanen's 28 points here in the highlights. I questioned how Great Britain were going to score heading into this game. They only had 70 points on their opening night. They relied heavily on Yeboah. Yeboah having a great game, but Hetzen has stepped up. He has 10 points. How about Luke Nelson? He has 11. Everyone else is kind of contributing. Now what they need to do is figure out how to defend. because 57 points at half, you're not going to win a game if you give up that many points. As we see Markkanen's 28 points, 5 of 7 from three-point range, as he is going to the line for a possible 4-point play.
And we had the conversation, didn't we? When it was an 11-point game or 9-point game, we could go either way, and Great Britain cut it to a single-digit game. And we said, well, Finland would love 15-16, well, this is going to make it a 16-point game. Which he does. And Finland will be up the floor trying to delay the advancement of the ball. Tariq Phillip has it, plenty of time. Puts it on the floor, gets all the way to the inside. No whistle. Time to get it away from the halfway line. Markkanen for three is long. The way he has shot in the first half, I was counting it. We have reached the half. And Finland have put on an offensive clinic. They lead this one 58-42.
Well, what a first half, especially offensively, and offensively for Finland. As both coaches talking to the referees, I think Mark Studel wanted a foul on that last drive by Great Britain. There you see the shooting percentages, 65% from two-point range, 48 for Finland, 44 and 44, very respectable, but they need to make things more difficult for Finland on the other end. They got to come up with something defensively. I think they did a much better job in that second quarter, boxing out and not giving second chance points, as we see the top scorers. Markkanen on his way to a career high, 29 points, Nelson 11, Hessen 10, and Yeboah doing what Yeboah does for GB and scoring. But, you know, you can say you can let Markkanen score 29 points, way too many. Way too many. He literally might have a record. Look at that.
That's literally one more point than his whole game performance on game day one.
Game day one,
At 28, he was shooting 9 for 15 from the floor then. He just went to the free throw line more. And it's Quasi Yeboah, who's 7 points, 3 for 5, pretty much on par for what he's been bringing for the Great Britain national team. Well, we use the phrase picking your poison, but this is there has to be a discussion in that Great Britain locker room about what they are going to try and stop, because they can't stop everything, because they've tried to just play straight up.
Yeah, they can't stop everything, but they need to make it more difficult, because 58 points is a lot of points. I mean, you're not going to win a basketball game giving up 116 points. There's just no way it's going to happen. It's not possible.
Well, here's a question for you, because you know Markkanen's going to score tough ones. It's the easy ones they've given up. We'll give them the 58 points.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get those easy ones against Sweden. They had to go to tougher looks and to tougher shots. Still scored a bucket load of points, but it wasn't as easy. But for me, again, the story for Finland, Markkanen was going to be the headline, but Sashu Salin's performances in both opening games, four threes, have just been incredible. He has rolled back the years, literally rolled back the years.
He really has. I think he knows that this team is also special. And possibly, who knows, he looks good to me. It might be his last EuroBasket. He is playing in his sixth. Like I mentioned, over 150 caps for Finland. You know, he's going to go down as one of the greatest, whoever wore the jersey.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I suppose as the captain, his legacy is to leave the team in a better place than he joined it, and he's already achieved that. Well, we're going to take a break now. We'll join you shortly for the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon for the second half here of Finland and Great Britain.
Showdown here tonight. Let's get this body started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! Final seconds. Kaczynski penetrates. And giving Poland the lead yet again. What a move. Started with a ghost screen. Had to get it. And then he took the penetration down the left. Tough finish. Latvia throws a lob. And again, big man connects with it. Huge play by Roman Sorkin. A little bump. Manasseh goes in, throws it down with two hands.
That's more like him.
Big man with a big play. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, goes behind the back and still throws it down. We were expecting a lob. But Francisco knew that was going to be tough over Kevin Tumba.
Stolen away here now. Mikael didn't have the energy to keep on going. Diga to the left. Wow! Puts in Nurkic in the washing machine. Here is Atic. Baseline. Correct! Welcome to FIBA EuroBasket. This is Bosnia basketball.
Doncic. There's contact. Luka Magic counted, and he's going to the free throw line.
Inside. Antetokounmpo. Hello, Hellas.
We've seen the length and athleticism, how he was able to wrap all the way around the rim, finish with a dunk. Incredible.
Vigas. Willis. Oh! Welcome to Cyprus. Willis there exploded to the rim, the left-hand punch.
What you talking about, Willis?
Are you kidding me? Ale Risache. What a throwdown. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back. We're still at halftime here in the Tech Arena in Tampere. Going to get a look at the leading scorers of that first half. Top scorer for Great Britain, Luke Nelson. It would have hurt his performance on game day one. He's been a major part of this Great Britain national team for a number of years. Really struggled on game day one, but he came out aggressive, positive, and confident. Makes the three, has 11 points on 2 from 3 from 2 and 2 from 5 from 3. Which are normally reasonable numbers.
Yeah, you mentioned the struggle that he had in game day one. 25 minutes, he had 7 points, but he shot 1 of 9 from the field. And it sort of somewhat uncharacteristic of him and what he has done in his career also for this GB team. But, you know, following him and his professional teams, you know he was better than that.
Yes.
He knew he was better than that, and he's done a good job coming out, getting over that game day one hump that he had, as you see his shot chart right there.
But he sort of sums up the GB problem, right? He's had a reasonable first half. He's shot a reasonable percentage and done okay. But when you're going to look at the numbers of his counterpart from Finland, Larry Markkanen, is just off the charts.
Absolutely off the charts, and we're going to get to see a lot of his highlights as he is the top scorer for Finland, 29 points, and well on his way to his career high, which is 43 points out of EuroBasket. That was back in 2022 against Croatia. And we've seen him have 40-point explosions during the preparations on more than one occasion. And right now, if he keeps it up, he's going to be moving up the scoring charts at a FIBA EuroBasket event.
But the highlights we're seeing here, Shona, it's just, for someone who's at 28, 29 points, he's in space.
Well, he actually only needed 10 points today, which he has surpassed, to get 315 points in 14 EuroBasket games. He is only the 4th player to reach that in 15 or fewer games. And, well, these are more your time players.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Radivash Korak did it in 13 games. Milnariski did it in 14, and the great Nikos Gallis, who you and I talked about earlier today before our games even started for Greece, the Greek great, did it in 15 games. So he is among great company already for what he has done.
Well, he's among legends.
He's among legends. He's going to go down as a legend, I'm pretty
Absolutely.
sure.
And he's still only, you know, he's
28?
28 years
Yeah.
old. He looks in pretty good, healthy condition. He's a genuine superstar of the game.
Yes.
But, well, those highlights, he's shooting the ball in space. He's around the ring in space.
He needs to feel the pressure a little bit more, and I think, you know, when you're defending someone who has the ball and is looking to try and pass to Markkanen, there needs to be more ball pressure. I think it needs to start there.
But Great Britain with Nelson with 11 and 4 assists. Dan Aiken with 3 rebounds. Aiken has been, again, also first time in EuroBasket in his the game day one, is obviously stepping up and really trying to make that contribution on his second appearance. If you'd have been in that Great Britain locker room, you know that Coach Studel would have been talking about the fact that there's no way we can give up 58 points again. There's no way they'll get 58 points again. Because when you do the maths, what's the number? You know, what do they need to keep Finland below to have a chance of actually getting back in the game? The maths is never a good thing when you're down 16 against that high scoring total.
I mean, you know, right now they're on their way to, again, finishing top 5 in points scored at a EuroBasket if they continue to score like they did, 58 points. It's just way too many and a half if you want to try and win the game.
Because if they keep them to 90, they've still got to score 50 themselves, Great Britain. And
that's going to be hard to do.
Absolutely.
Even though 42, I think, you know, a lot better than what they accomplished on game day one. But you're just putting yourself in a difficult situation if you can't get some stops.
The one thing is that is for sure here is that they have to, there's no way they're going to actually outscore Finland here. They're going to have to get stops, make it a manageable number. And as we say, it's the margin now. Try to win the third quarter, and then try to work your way into the fourth and get it to a manageable number. It's a very tough ask. Especially when, if Markkanen has a bad half, he'll still have 15 or 16.
In a bad half, which is
kummalle.
Exceptionally good for most players.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, just in the half court, first one. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. No, I mean, I don't marketing, is that what we're saying? Yeah. Okay, if we're saying it's here, I think that's one-on-one. If it's here on the baseline, next man can go.
See what strong side digs, right?
For sure.
Strong side dig, be aggressive strong side.
Connected digs, elbows, build a wall. Okay, yeah, we've seen that picture enough, okay? Our first offense, we're in 3 down for AK. Sorry, that way. 3 down for AK, okay? Dead set, Miles, you're getting down, Tariq, you're hitting. AK's this side, okay? Let's get AK in the action, 3 down. Look at me. They've got time out the 7-minute mark.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Us.
The other thing we've got to say is that Coach Tuovi, as soon as Great Britain started to get those runs,
boom,
bang, timeout in, addressed that, and they came out of every timeout and then got in a positive.
Well, I mean, Coach Tuovi, experience, learned a lot under the great Vincent Collet, who's retired as a head coach of France after many, many years, and lots of medals.
Well, he had some great mentors. And Henrik Detman, who's right in front of us right now, just took this Finnish program and took him to a completely different level. Saline off. Front cut to the middle, lean back for 2 off the glass. It's good.
I don't know how you stop that.
Well, but there was no body. I'm not saying he could stop it, but there was no body on the front
when he
cut.
caught, yeah. Before he caught the ball, yeah.
Aitken has it outside the 3-point line. We'll move it to Hessen. Hessen rips it through and goes up, has it knocked away. Foul called, he'll go to the free throw line. The one way they could get at Markman is they try to get him into foul trouble. But
I think he's too smart.
He's too smart.
But, yeah.
Well, and the other thing, he's up 18 points. He doesn't need to go for too much. Miles Hessen.
Well, we saw a big performance earlier in the day on Game 1 Lithuania. Sorry, Game 2. With Jonas Valanciunas, 19 points in 13 minutes in the first half, and got to become a cheerleader the second half for his country.
Great Britain show that little pressure. Whitman has it, turns it down, moves it on. Little gets it back to same cut. The difference being Hessen put his body on him and forced someone else to shoot it, but Sashu Saline chases down the offensive rebound. Markkanen from deep. Oh! Different level, different class.
There is a reason why.
Comes up with a steal. Both ends of the floor, just getting it done.
He's considered one of the best Finnish players. Always in that all-star contention in the NBA as well.
Little down the lane, doesn't get it to go. Sashu Saline's got back-to-back offensive rebound. Great pass, and one. Great Britain have to finish the defensive play.
We said that on game day 1, though, and that was a big thing about their offensive rebounding. They were watching the ball instead of making contact with their player and finding their player. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy to do, but at the next level, it's what you have to do consistently.
Well, here's the question. Sweden managed to do that. Really did a great job, offensively and defensively. Philip steps back, little separation, knocks it down, and we really do want Tariq Phillip for Great Britain to just take that responsibility. A little too tight on Sashu Saline. Little relieves the pressure on the sideline. Will take the ball screen. Aitken will switch, they move it in. Markkanen lines it up. Is off with the 3. A quasi Yeboah comes down with a defensive rebound. Bolton off the screen, gets to the foul line. Yeboah mid-range with the 2 is good. In fact, the 3 stepped out on the catch.
Oh, they're still hanging around.
Bolton will take the ball screen. Hessen didn't get high enough. Tunin for the 3 is good. Too much space, too much time. Easy catches, line it up. You've got to just commit to the defensive effort. This team is too good a team with their feet set in shooting the basketball. Miles Hessen gets inside, leans back for the 2, is short.
I think when you have a mismatch like Hessen did on Saline, you need to go at the basket. You can't fade away.
No one picks Little up, and they can commit another shooting foul.
I think he's trying to say, oh, there he is.
It's not just Gabe Olasena's individual presence that Great Britain misses. He's on the floor, and everybody gets bigger. Everybody gets moved down a spot. So his impact is as much that as anything else. A little on the free throw line. He's short with the first. Still only 21 years old. Still at college in the United States.
Been to a few colleges. Yep. Started his career at the University of Baylor, transferred after 1 year, went to the University of Utah, go Utes, and then has recently committed to UCSB, University of California, Santa Barbara. Not a bad place to live, that's for sure.
I know. It's
it's going to be a goucher.
That part of the world is a lovely part of the world.
Max Shuney checking in. He only played a couple minutes in the first half to start the game, I should say, and hasn't played since. He did pick up those 2 fouls, and I guess Coach Tuovi liked what was happening with him off the floor.
Markkanen just gets back in the play. Hasn't had a half a step. Markkanen is quick enough, long enough. Great Britain have it on the end line with 16 left on the possession. Hessen on the inside, needs to get some space. Tariq Phillip gets a little separation, puts up the 3, count it. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. Nice second half, third quarter for Tariq Phillip, 9 points now.
Salim turns the corner, goes inside. Markkanen, I'm not sure if he pushed, if he fell, or...
I think he got maybe
they called the pushing foul,
Oh, he held his leg.
Markkanen was...
That was a heads-up play. I think it's going to be on the ground, but
smart
that was
try and put it up. Yeah,
big heads-up play.
Well, there is Henrik Demmer. They're gonna look at it just to check it. So let's take a listen.
We are going to review if the contact met the criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. Initial decision was personal foul. Play it live. Yeah, go back. So we see the grab on the foot.
Yes, I've seen the grab on the foot.
This is excessive. No attempt to play the ball. So for me, this is unsportsmanlike foul. We should have.
I agree. This is
it's a dangerous play. Okay. So we have 23 shooting, 2 free throws. We have number. Go back. So number 12, upgrade. Okay. After the review, contact met the criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. It's gonna be 2 shots and side ball for white team. Okay.
Well, you heard the explanation. And Tariq Phillip is not the type of player to do that. And he just got caught up as he tried to get bound. You can see Markkanen's reaction. I think he's surprised. He was trying to go for the 2 shots by putting the shot up, not because he thought it was unsportsmanlike. Lauri Markkanen doesn't need any help at all.
34 points.
Well, if he carries on at this rate, we'd have to check the individual scoring performances out.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I never doubted you.
Yeah, not sure he'll get the record.
No, it's quite ridiculous.
It is quite ridiculous.
All right, he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Eddie Terrace, who played for Belgium against Albania back in 1957, scored 63 points.
That's even before my time.
And then we can't forget Luka Doncic's performance over France in 2022. He had 47, and that's the second highest. So Markkanen is on his way for the second highest.
Yep. That's a double touch. That'll be out of bounds. And we've said this about a number of teams, primarily about Lithuania. Finland don't stop.
No.
That was just great effort getting back in transition, but getting back with purpose and being active, not just getting back. You get the deflection, hard work gets rewarded. Here's Max Kuhnig with the basketball, moves it on. Salim, inside touch. Max Kuhnig, Markkanen.
That's the kind of contact you need to put up when he touches the ball, though.
Got to finish the play here, Great Britain. They're going to call that a jump. But that's what I was saying earlier on about attack the basketball.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as he caught it, I don't know who it was.
That was Nelson.
Nelson came over, slapped at the ball, made a play on the ball.
Finland again, this relentless up the floor, trying to make GB work for everything. Hessen will advance it. Bello is the release. Sashu Salin's all over the passing lane. Hessen squares up, puts it up. Yeboah's on the offensive glass for Great Britain. Gretel, 5 on the clock's gonna have to put it up. Goes down the lane for 2 is good. He gets the roll. Super little move. From going to the baseline is fouled as Nelson went after the ball again.
I think the first swipe at it was fine. It was the second one that he got called for. But initially, there's no way that they can throw it from inside the three-point line all the way to Markkanen, who's just off the block. Bello cannot allow that to happen. He was the defender who was on Markkanen at that time.
And that's the difference between the still the previous time. There isn't that release or an easy pass. Getting back is only part of the job. It's just level, and Markkanen's level is just 2 or 3 steps above everybody else on either team on the floor. There will come a point when Coach Tuovi, if it stays like this, will say, that's enough for tonight. He has no need.
They have a game tomorrow, both teams.
Yeah,
games tomorrow.
Finland will be hoping they have a long tournament to go through.
The way it's going, it doesn't look like Great Britain's going to be able to pull off their miraculous comeback. They play tomorrow at 4:30, so it's going to be a quick turnaround by the time they get back to the hotel, Mark. At what point does Coach Strudel say, you know what?
Another turnover. Upstairs for the throwdown. Push the elevator button to the penthouse and throw it down. Hessen takes to the corner, and Great Britain need the timeout here. There's nothing to call. People just ran into each other. Great Britain will have the end line ball.
I think it was a good no call by the referee, I should say.
So Great Britain are going to take the timeout. That's a highlight. Let's take a listen to Coach Studel.
Give me one possession of strong here. Hey, press break first, Brill. Press break first, okay? Luke, you can take the ball out. Brill and Carl, press break. After that, we're in elbow strong, okay? Hey, we're here. Brill, make sure you start below, okay? Carl, you turn out. Luke, you're hitting Brill. Miles, you're in the action, okay? Use it. Back to it, okay? Timing on the down screen. Miles, go. Look for your slips, Brill, and your post-up, okay? Oh, wait, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, there's the EuroBasket QR code. Get all the stats and information about this tournament, all the 4 groups. Big games going on all over the 4 venues. Tomorrow, everybody's playing tomorrow.
It's a long day of basketball. Basketball fans, you can watch.
You can overdose
easily
tomorrow.
Watch 12 hours, more than 12 hours consecutive of basketball.
Great Britain are struggling. Got to maintain their execution and composure right now. I think they played pretty well right up until now, and now it's Finland sensed the chance to steal everything.
Yeah.
Weitzel
outscored them 17-12, and a lot of that has just been in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, really.
Nelson looks to turn the corner, throws an extra pass. Weitzel looks inside, goes back. Nelson gets it back in the corner. Nice ball movement for 3. Doesn't get it to go. And Great Britain take it off each other, and Finland will advance the basketball. Just under 4:20 remaining in the third.
Still a lot of time, though,
Absolutely.
to get back into this game. Right now, Markkanen's on the bench. It's your opportunity, if you are Great Britain, to try and go back at them a little bit.
Weedle gets a piece of it. They'll have to inbound again. But then the inbound pass is too easy. Matsuni comes off the screen, moves it on. Myro Little, and what, at the top. Will spin, looks to get inside, goes back up with the right hand. That's on the way down. Every catch is just that little bit easier this way than it is the other way. Every single catch.
It starts before the action, really.
Nelson has it. Bello will release, looking to reverse it, and then every single pass is now precious. Finland really turning the screw. Turnover. And Great Britain dodged the bullet on that one and recover it. Yeboah's going to check back in for Great Britain. Adamu and Tariq Phillip check in. Nelson out top, guarded by Little. Tariq Phillip in the corner, wants to create a little space and separation, ends up with a tough one, gets blocked, they're going to call the foul. I just can't get used to the lateness.
Yeah, what I don't necessarily like about that offense, I thought Phillip was open in the corner when he first received the ball and probably just should have catched and shot it.
Yep.
Instead of, in my opinion, he wasted 5-6 dribbles because he didn't go anywhere with his dribbles either. Gustafsson had him pretty well defended. I think he got bailed out by the referees, to be honest.
Especially because he is shooting the ball well today.
He was open on that first initial catch. Why dribble if you don't have to?
This is the first of the free throws. First free throw miss of the game for Tariq Phillip. For 2 from the line. It's going wrong for Great Britain at the moment. It's all going wrong for Great Britain at the moment. Little gets it into the half court. And one. Super look. And again, it was just a little, the execution off. But Jan Tunen got position in the circle.
Yeah. But again, how did he get there so easily? Where every movement, they're denied on the other end. Every cut, look at that. Bello cuts, Kamwa there, has his arms up, pushes him off where he wants to go. Doesn't see the ball, but reads, knows that pass must be coming in the air, and it gets deflected off of him.
Well, if you can't see, you have to feel, and he was definitely feeling all the way through it. Getting an offensive foul, they're struggling to just execute now. Yeah, it's very similar to that Lithuanian game. It's happened a little earlier where they've now been pressurized into being under too much pressure and they're breaking down, and Finland turned the screw even tighter on Great Britain. Janssen going to work in the block and kicks. Tough one from Lind in the corner is no good. Great work on the glass. Bello kept it alive. Nelson in transition. Ball sticks. Nelson gets it back. Nelson takes the tough three, is short. Great Britain have been stuck on 54 for a while. Memoir doesn't get it to go. And then Adamu spins, controls it off the glass, is fouled. He'll have to earn them for the line, and they will not give Great Britain anything easy.
No, nothing is coming easy. Fast break layups, they're hustling back.
Maxuni will pull his third foul on getting back. He'll sit. And just in case you thought it was going to get any easier, Larry Markkinen checks back in. Patrick Whelan will check in for Great Britain.
He's 5 points away from his career high at a FIBA EuroBasket event. 43 points, that was back in 2022. I think he could easily surpass that if he gets, you know, these last 2 minutes and a few more minutes in the fourth quarter with the way that he has played.
Oh, yeah. Adamu misses the first. And goes 0 for 2. Bolton needs a pass. He got away with a travel. Little skips it. Great recovery by Adamu, but no one else works with him. And Finland recover it. Little lines up the three. Doesn't get it to go. There'll be a foul on Bello on the glass. Luka Murinen's going to check in. It is a little bit like mini-me, isn't it?
It is. It is. Their athleticism,
everything,
his skill set. It's not about, you know, if Mika Murinen did grow up watching Larry Markkinen, which I'm sure he did, and said, I want to mirror my game after his. He's definitely gone ahead and done that, and it's not a bad person to mirror your game after.
I can think of some worse ones. You know. Alexander Madsen makes the first. 1 for 2. No one boxed the shooter out. Almost got his own rebound, Madsen. Here's Nelson. Madsen takes one for the team because he was a little late, showing on the screen.
Good foul, and this is, you know, the difference in the awareness. He knew that his team only had 3 fouls and that he was late. He said, you know what, why not? I'm going to use it at the end of the quarter.
Almost comes up with a steal. Aiken just recovers it. Adamu puts it on the floor, stops and pops, doesn't get it to drop. Murinen comes up with it and gets it again, doesn't stop playing, just follows it, recovers it. Little goes down to Markham. Markham fills the double team, leans back for 2. In answer to your question, I don't know.
Okay, okay. You need, you know.
Nelson doesn't get the little runner. And for 1 second, Shona, I'm not for 1 second suggesting that it would stop him. But surely you want to put some body on him. Surely you want him to make him work for position. And even on that shot, they're there, but they're not making it hard. Because his release is so high, he is so high, they're not in the eye line. It's so difficult. But it's a little bit too easy for him and his teammates at the moment.
And then this is my issue, though. We have Great Britain who fouls in the backcourt when you're already in bonus. Why?
Yep, when you are literally 20 meters from the basket.
Only 12 points in this quarter for Great Britain. They had 42 at half. But everything has been difficult for them, like you said. Getting open, getting clean looks.
Yabo will hand it off. Little weave action for Great Britain. 7 on the possession. Luke Nelson puts it on the floor. Gonna have to go up unless he finds the open man for the look. Gets it to the corner for the 3, hits nothing. And Finland and Great Britain stuck on 54 again.
Maybe a double foul coming up. I don't think it was a bad call by the referee. I think Murinen was kind of baiting Damu into the foul.
Murinen knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he's the 18-year-old.
Yep.
Bolton will inbound the basketball. And I have to say, that was great effort by Great Britain's Luke Nelson. First time I've actually seen Great Britain in this game really fight through and try and take away a passing lane, and they get the turnover.
Yep, and it happened before the action. He was already being physical.
Got contact, you say. But Finland are doing that on every possession.
They do it consistently.
Yeah, Lithuania do it on every possession. It's got to be every single time. Nelson with the basketball. Last 20 seconds of this third period. It's about a 6-7 second differential between the possession and the game clock. Nelson tries to take a tough one, draws the contact. And was smart enough to wait for the defense to lead their feet. And that's a reasonable series for Great Britain. Decent defense, turn the ball over, come down the floor, get a foul, go to the free throw line. Not giving up anything stupid or easy.
Can they get a stop now? There's 11.9 seconds left on the game clock, so Finland are gonna have another opportunity. I'm gonna imagine they're gonna go to Markkanen.
Finally, Great Britain tick it off 54. It's been on 54 for the last 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, Luke Nelson. Markkinen again, a little body on the cut by Yeboah. They go up from the halfway line. Don't get it to drop this time. And we have reached the end of 3. And Finland have exploded it out to an 81-56 margin. Great Britain struggling offensively throughout the whole of that third quarter.
Struggling offensively because of what Finland are doing to them defensively. As we'll take a quick look at the shooting percentages. Not terrible shooting percentages. It's more or less what they shot at the half, but they now have 13 turnovers. They were taking care of the ball a little bit better in the first half. Finland are doing what Finland does. And, you know, I think they've done a great job making contact, playing good defense, either coming up, making GB turn the ball over, or they're having to shoot very, very tough shots. And then they're getting the defensive rebounds, and they're getting out and running, and they're getting out and playing how they want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the statement. They are getting out and playing how they want to play. Whereas Great Britain are not being allowed to play how they will play. They're being forced to run faster, sharper, out of the space that they want to fill. It's too easy for you and I think to just say, well, it's just about different levels, because there's a lot of these Great Britain guys who are playing good leagues across Europe.
Yeah, of course.
This is not a thing that should be unusual for them.
Yeah. See some of Markkinen's highlights, 40 points. And it looks like he's still on the bench, so I think he'll come in and start the fourth quarter. There he is, 6 of 11, 12 of 20 overall.
It's just 6 for 11 from the three-point line. There comes a point when we're talking about him. At the end of the day, he's just a great basketball player. He's a great basketball player with a lot of options, a lot of tools, and a smart basketball player. Sassu Salim will start the fourth quarter as well. So no let up from Coach Tuobi.
Nope. Sassu, 12 points, all of those coming in the first half from the three-point area on the court.
Set a tone early. Sapala checks back in as well, turns the corner, lifts the handoff, Markkinen wide open.
Well, he's already tied his career high.
Wide open off the little pin down screen, nothing could string. Nelson drops it inside, Yeboah with the extra pass, wide open. Jelani Gal can't get the three, first action of this EuroBasket. Markkinen looks deep, doesn't like the inside option. Coming together off the ball. Murren is...
Where is the defender? You need to chase him, and then if you switch, fine, switch, but you need to be in his face before he catches the ball.
It's a drill. That's a drill for him. That's a drill he takes thousands of times. Murren is one of those young kids that really is annoying in what he does. Doesn't give you a moment of peace. Salim turns down the first one, takes the second off the dribble. That is trademark Sassu Salim. Across his whole career,
dribble.
To the side, little space, get out of the line. And Murinen, you just gotta love the fact that he comes out with no fear.
No fear, he has a lot of confidence. He knows what he can bring this team. Doesn't back down to anyone.
Absolutely, trying to make something happen on every possession. Now he picks up another foul, he don't care. Just puts his body on, little hold, tries to release to, if the referee calls it, he'll call it. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeboah in the corner, 4-3, doesn't get it to drop. Sapala cleans up the mess. Hooney just was not going to let the break happen.
Murnen went down hard to the floor. He also jumps incredibly high. Here you see it. think he might be okay. Maybe a little bit shaken up. Doesn't have a lot of fat or muscle to land on either, so.
You love the fact, though, that Markkanen's coming down the floor and sees the youngster.
Oh, throws it right up to him, has that much confidence in him.
Go get that. Well, most of the conversations about the first day of a EuroBasket is there are a little bit of tightness and people are going to be better on day 2. Well, Finland are definitely better. They were good, they're definitely better. Sashu Salin looks long. He's all right. Oh! Just leaked out. Super pass. Threw it down after picking himself up off the floor. Whelan can't get it to drop. Aiken with the offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Pulls the contact. Will go to the free throw line. I think we might need to see a replay. That's the 150 cap veteran to the 18-year-old youngin.
Played last year at the Olympic qualification tournament for the senior team, got limited minutes, has worked his way into a few more minutes in this rotation, and he has, that's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
He is a highlight type of a player, and he's only 18 years old.
Salin in the half court. Takes the ball screen and moves it on. Atuni, Markkanen picks and pops. Stops for the 3, is short. What a rebound though. Madsen does what he does. My job is to work from baseline to baseline and go after it, and that's what he's doing.
Already has 2 offensive rebounds, limited playing time, 7 minutes, but talk about coming in and just being a workhorse. That is what Alexander Madsen does for Finland. He knows his role, he plays his role. He accepts his role.
And the crazy thing is, he's an ACB player. He's had a number of years in the ACB. Plays only 13 minutes a game, but he knows his job there too, and he's doing what he does. What it says on the tin is, this is what I am. Would love to make the free throw though. O's 0 for 2. Aiken comes down for a rebound. Murinen fouls again. And someone's going to tell him why you foul him when you're literally 30 meters from the basket, and we're going to walk the floor and shoot free throws. And Coach Tuovi's just about to tell him.
It's a learning experience,
absolutely. Though. So Markkanen steps out as well. Great Britain are going to have to think about managing minutes of key personnel as well.
Yeah, I think, well, you see Coach Studel talking to his staff on the bench. It could be maybe part of the discussion that is happening. Both these teams play tomorrow. Great Britain playing the game before Finland, so Finland will have a little bit more recovery.
Well, if you stop playing, someone's going to get a step on you, and he just stopped playing after the pass. Beaten on the front cut, give and go. Steps back for the 3, knocks it down. Madsen knocks it wide open. 3 is good.
How does that happen after a made field goal, though?
.31 lead for Finland. Whelan moves it on. Tariq Phillip wants a little space. He wants, goes inside, knocks away. Madsen moves it on. Janssen gets it to the corner. Valtman thinks about the 3. Sapala. Nice find. Sassu Salin off the glass for 3.
Well, the banks were open in the first half. They're still open in the second for the captain, Sasu Salin. You said it. He looks healthy to me.
Absolutely. And it moves it on.
The kind of player who I think could still be playing in the top division of Spain next year.
It's going to Leb.
He's going to Leb, playing for Estudiantes, which is also a reputable club.
Oh, yeah.
Has a long history.
Catch, release. (99-65), and Sasu Salin is just giving a clinic of how to play that shooting guard spot.
7 of 9 from three-point range, 21 minutes, and he might be waving to the crowd because his night could be finished as well, as he's going to go to the bench along with some other players. And Great Britain as well, making some substitutions here, which I'm not surprised about at all.
Tariq Phillip on the free throw line.
Markkanen 7 of 13 from 3, and Salin 7 of 9 from three-point range. The team as a whole are 16 of 31, 52%. Very, that's a tall order to defend when you let them have, or when they shoot that well.
Yep. Just talk about it from the quality of their quality, making it those shots as opposed to what else could be done against them. Come wide in the post. Tries to get a little separation, gives it up. Another open three from the perimeter. This one's off. Aiken will pull the rebound down. It's just wide open from the perimeter.
But it's open. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, some of them were contested, but they're open on the catch.
Ward Hibbert. Phillip, 7 on the clock, steps back, gets a little separation, is short. Aksuni recovers it, assesses, gets inside, is fouled. Got all the way to the ring with 2.5 seconds left on the possession. We'll go to the free throw line. Tariq Phillip will sit, Dan Aiken will sit as Jabril Bello and Carl Whittle check in for Great Britain. And this is all about managing minutes.
Yeah, they're done for the night.
Yeah. 4:41, 99-66. The crowd will erupt if this goes in. High-scoring group at the moment, this group.
Very, especially if we compare them to some of the other games that have been going on. We saw Latvia coming up with a much-needed win over Estonia, but not high-scoring. Both teams struggling to score in that fourth quarter. Those of you who haven't seen that pool, that's Group A, which Group B will cross with. And the second phase of this tournament.
Zingal with a 3, doesn't get that to drop. And so then comes down with the rebound. Great cut, Voltonen's angle. Great Britain got back, but didn't put a body on anybody. And Voltonen with a really nice little curl on the cut, gets the open look. Ward Hibbert off the glass, gets it to go. Janssenen.
It's going to be an offensive foul.
He hooked him.
Vernon went to the bench for a little bit. He does have 4 fouls. Maybe coaches just wanted to cool him off a little bit. And then getting another opportunity to show what he can do.
Watson Gal off the pick. Now, Hassan had to make a second move to release the pressure. 7 on the possession. Watson Gal breaks it down. Goes up with a little floater for 2. Doing well in his first moments on the floor here. Maxuni for the 3. That his first field goal attempt?
I don't know if it's his first attempt. I think it's his first shot from outside.
Yeah, hasn't played many minutes.
Yeah. There's 5 points now.
Bello
yeah,
with
2
the
of those
mid-range.
coming out the
2
free
is
throw.
good. Oh, Jabril Bello. Last 3 minutes of what has ultimately turned out to be an incredibly efficient and effective and impressive offensive performance by Finland as Weedle comes up with a steal and the soft flush. Stuffs and moves it on. Maxuni feeding after the last one, doesn't get that one to drop. Bello comes down with a rebound, needs a pass, has no one to give it to, now finds Wheatle. Ward Hibbert from the corner for 3. What? Tries to find a little space and options, spins in the lane, second move off the glass, doesn't get it to drop. Wheatle comes down with a defensive rebound, and Great Britain push. Wheatle throws it down. Murinen just wanted a piece of that too.
He's so athletic that as he progresses and his IQ progresses, I think he'll realize if he had sprinted a little bit earlier, you know, a lot of times I feel like he reacts a little late, if that makes sense, because he knows that he can make up for it.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean.
Like he's always trying to shot block instead of doing the effort a little bit before.
That's the thing, when he gets to...
He'll figure that out.
Yeah.
And the people that he's playing against now, all he needs to do is just that.
Yeah. Murinen steps back, can't make the 3. On the glass, they're going to wipe that off. That was hit nothing, so Kamwa doesn't get the 2. Great Britain get the stop. Watson Gal. Ward Hibbert travel. Party time here in the Deck Arena. Wave going around the whole arena.
Well, it's Friday night.
Well, could be a long Friday night for some of these fans.
I'm sure it will be. For good reason. They should be celebrating. Finland are going to be 2-0 after today. They've scored 106 points, 93 the other night, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Gustafsson will recover it, goes to the corner. 4 on the clock. Murinen's going to have to put it up. Settles for the 3. Great board. Madsen again. Gustafsson puts it on the floor, gets to the middle and kicks. Weedle comes up with the steal, but can't recover it. Kamwa for 3. Ward Hibbert can't get the 3 to go. Defensive rebound. Kamwa will move it on. A 30-point margin for Finland. As the clock ticks down, the crowd stand to enjoy the last moments. Soft pick and roll, a little extra pass. They don't get the 2 to drop. Weedle comes down with a defensive rebound, and that is all she wrote. Finland with the 109-79. Impressive. Game day 2 victory over Great Britain. Lauri Markkanen is the highlight. But for me, again, Sasu Salin is the guy that sets the tone.
He is. He set the tone from the beginning of the game, along with Lauri Markkanen. And those two players combined, if they can play like that, it's going to be hard for teams to stop them.
Yeah. And we've said it, that how do you contest the Markkanen stuff? It's what you've been talking about the whole time. It's how hard you playing him before he catches the ball. How much can you wear him down for him to get free? Because once he has it, he's
50-50 or maybe even higher that he's going to make a good play.
He just can't play in his eye line because of his height.
Yeah, his release.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a fucking must-win game for us. We learn from this. Must-win game. We learn from this. We learn how we have to play in this tournament now. We've had 2 arse whoopings. We don't want to see that shit no more. All right? Yeah, man. Tomorrow we've got to be ready to go. GB on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, if you heard some language that was a little bit offensive, that's the nature of where they are. They're in the middle of a huddle. They've had a tough loss. They've got a big game tomorrow, and Captain Carl Weider wanted to make them aware of what it was about. So if you're a Finland, apologies, but that's the nature of where we are.
You know what? I expect my captain.
Yeah.
He was mad. He was upset at the way that his team played. And especially in that second half, they didn't have another level. They didn't have a reaction to what Finland was doing to them. And that's just not acceptable. And Carl Weider, one of the more experienced players on this GB team, knows that and is going to call out his players because that's what good captains do.
Well, 27 assists for Finland. They're a fun team to be on because you see the basketball. Only 15 assists for Great Britain. Markkanen with 43 points.
Well, Finland getting to celebrate with their fans. It was a sold-out crowd, just under 13,000, and I expect the same tomorrow and the day after as well.
Okay, you're going to get to see the highlights of the fourth quarter. Shona, let's just have that conversation again about how do you deal, how are Germany, how are Lithuania going to deal with Markkanen? Because they'll bang him around a bit. They'll play a little bit longer. They've got some longer bodies, but when he catches it, he is a tough ask.
He's a very tough ask. You know, I think if I'm looking at the games that Finland has coming up, well, they're going to play Montenegro, then they have to play Lithuania and Germany. So he is going to have some taller players going up against him. One of them is definitely going to be, I would imagine, a player like a Franz Wagner, because similar height. They've obviously played a lot against each other, not just national team, but also in the NBA. So a little bit more experience of also defending a player of his caliber compared to, let's say, a GB and maybe a Sweden the night before.
Well, for GB, as Captain Carl Weider was saying in that huddle, they're not going to put up with that anymore. That's a great thing to say.
Yeah.
But the effort defensively has to be more consistent. If they make it more consistent, they're going to be a better team.
Yeah, I think they need to be consistent from the beginning.
Well, there is the standings currently. There's the confirmation of the results for today. Almost 2 separate competitions now with Germany, Lithuania, and Finland. Perfect. Sweden, Great Britain, and Montenegro fighting for that 4th place. Now, it's not quite as straightforward as that, but to all intents and purposes, that's where we are. And those teams have to play each other in the last 3 games of this Group B here in Tampere. Tremendous performance, big-time offensive performances by everybody. But for now, what a great game day 2 we've had from Shona and I. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But for now, goodbye.